Good Sunday morning. It's early. It's 6:30 in the morning. Not too bright yet. Real humid down here in Harlingen. We're just getting up. We're going to go to the yard. We got freight. Trailers with freight on them out of Harlingen, which is unusual. Going back to Dallas, straight to Dallas. So let's go get them hooked up and get on the road going north. Okay, here we go. Leaving Harlingen, Texas. Heading back to the Dallas terminal. Thought I'd show you a little bit of what it's like down here. It's right on the coast and right by the border of Mexico, so it's pretty flat right here. Got palm trees. I'm sure the palm trees were planted next to the highway, but there's palm trees down there naturally. Most of this country down here is cattle range, I believe, mostly cattle. Like there in Kingsville where I stopped yesterday, that's home of the King Ranch. It's like the largest ranch maybe in the country. I'm not sure, but it's been around forever. This here is, you see these cameras and things. It's the Border Patrol and Customs Inspection Station. As you pull in, they take everybody off. They, when it's busy, they'll have 2 or 3 lanes open. They got a lane just for buses because you got people coming out of Mexico and they want to take a closer look at them, especially. They want to look at the trucks. They make a lot of drug busts with trucks coming out of Mexico, trailers coming out of Mexico, and they got their drug sniffing dogs that'll go around all the cars and all the trucks. They'll ask you, are you a citizen of the United States? That's about the only question they've ever asked me. I've always just been by myself. Now, when my wife was with me, they'd take a little closer. They'd ask her too. And they can tell pretty much, they're trained to tell, if you're hiding anything, how you react. But with these LTL trucks, they're coming in and out here all the time. They sometimes run the dogs around my trailers. And then when you're coming out here empty, you got to, when you hook them up, you got to check the insides. But like I said, I had load today. I actually had loaded trailers. So they're all sealed up and bolt sealed. So they're not worried too much about that. So I pulled up here. He looked back. I guess the guy was looking to see if I had seals on the trailer. I don't know. But he said, you're good to go. Didn't even ask me any questions. So as we pull up here, you see all the Border Patrol cars. It's a pretty busy station coming out of Harlingen with especially they got what they call snowbirds that come down to Harlingen and area every year from the north, like Minnesota and stuff. They usually come down in the winter, but I heard it's not that busy this winter because of COVID. So we're going to get back on the road, get back up to Dallas. Man, what a difference 536 miles makes. When I talked to you this morning, I was just waking up in Harlingen, getting ready to go to the yard. It was 71 degrees there at the hotel before I went to the yard. Just got here to Grand Prairie to the Dallas terminal, 39. And raining nasty. I don't know if you can tell. I went through a little bit of rain, but it's mostly just misty, nasty stuff. But like I told you this morning, it was unusual that I had loaded trailers coming out of Harlingen. I don't remember almost ever having a set of loaded trailers coming out of Harlingen. Usually empties because they get enough freight for the week, but they're not usually having enough for the extra on the weekend. But I had 2 Dallases, and while it wasn't real heavy, it was enough weight because it was a pretty good wind today, developed out of the northwest, so it was getting a pretty good quartering headwind out of the northwest as I came up 35. And as I think I mentioned yesterday or on the last video about the tollway going around Austin, that I didn't take it and they really don't like us to. Well, today going back, the GPS showed me 35 was shut down in New Braunfels. There was an accident. It was shut down. It was like over an hour delay going that way. So I took the tollway. And I didn't take it as far north as I could have. I could have took it all the way up on the north side, almost to Georgetown, I think it is, maybe Round Rock. But I didn't. I cut off Highway 40. The tollway is 130 going north and south all the way from I-10. You got to get off on I-10, go east 15 miles or so, and get 130 and you go north. And I-10 and 35 kind of parallel each other there until you get on the tollway. Then you go north and it continues to parallel each other. So it's not a whole lot of miles out of route. It's kind of expensive. It probably cost them 50, 60 bucks for me to run the short, about halfway of what I could have run it. I cut across Highway 45, which is another toll, back over to Buda, I think it is, on the south side of Austin. So I dealt with a little traffic, but not bad. Not shut down for an hour like it was in New Braunfels. So anyway, coming up, I didn't get a whole lot of video. I got a little bit coming out of Harlingen, palm trees and just what the terrain looks like there. And then I got going through the U.S. Border Patrol and Customs Inspection Station. They just kind of waved me on through basically, but you see how that works. If you're not from down here and you haven't gone through that, it can be easy. They usually just ask you, are you a U.S. citizen? Sometimes, what are you hauling? I mean, I've never had much more than that. It's easier with, well, I guess it doesn't matter. I had loaded trailers, so I had seals and bolt seals on. But if with empties, you put your locks on. Of course, you check inside the trailer before you leave the terminal down there, and then you lock them. I've never had them any looking. And I had an empty trailer one time. I don't remember even if it was this with this company. Coming out of Laredo, I think maybe it was. And I think they had just got their radar or X-ray equipment in, and they make you park and get out, and they run this X-ray thing around your truck. I guess it's on a van. They drive around and they can see basically if there's anybody in it. And I was an empty. I had an empty that day, and they wanted to see if they could just use it on there and see how it worked, I guess. But I didn't mind. So anyway, got that. Other than that, it was just foggy and windy and kind of rainy. But we made it back, got the extra money. We'll work 4 days this week, starting Tuesday, today's Sunday. And I'm taking off Saturday. Now, Billings is looking like maybe some snow on Tuesday. They're getting it now. And I think they get a break tomorrow, but I think they get it again on Tuesday. So we'll see what happens there, whether we go up there or not. I don't know. I don't know what Muskogee looks like. We may end up going over that way instead, but I don't know. Just have to wait and see, play it by ear. I am not a super trucker. I will stay home if I have to. Anyway, we made it back. Going to the house, get 1 day off tomorrow. Get ready to go back to work on Tuesday. We'll see ya.